Hi guys, I've got to say I actually resent the amount of time that I'm spending on this battery pack, but we'll pursue it a little bit further. I've left it on charge with this charger, I think it's 11 hours now, so we'll just see if anything's happened at all. I actually don't think that's putting any charge into it. Yeah, that's the same value that we had last night before I put it on charge. So I think any difference there from the original 10.2 after I took it out of the hovercraft to now is just the cell recovering its own power. I don't think there's anything actually coming out of that charger into the cell. That's not to say the charger doesn't have any power coming out of it, it's just not making any difference to the cell itself. If we just plug in there, get them the right way round. Right, there you go. So according to this, that charger is chucking out 10.8 volts. There we go. Got a bit of capacitance in there. So it is chucking out the voltage, but I think as far as the charger is concerned, this battery's already fully charged, so it's not putting any extra charge into it. So what I'm going to do now is run this cell down, this battery pack down as much as I can. I'll just put it in the hovercraft and leave it running, and then see if we get any more charge coming out of there to warm this up. It's actually a tiny bit of warmth there, but I think that's misleading. If I move myself, you'll see that the sun's shining. And I think that's just warmed up in the sun. I don't think that's actually warmed up from any charge going through it. So that's what I'll do. I'll drain this in the hovercraft, and then we'll see if we can charge it up from a lower voltage. I'm running all the motors at once to flatten the battery as quickly as I can. Well, I've been running that right down for about 10 minutes now. Just see what we've got left in it. Don't know if that shows on the camera. 1.16, 1.15 volts. And it's a little bit warm. It's not terribly hot, but it's a little bit warm. Motor's stopped turning. .88. Let's unplug it just in case there's anything else still drawing current. So we're restoring pretty quickly now that I've unplugged it. Well, before I plug it into the charger, I'll leave that alone for a few minutes and see how far back it restores itself. Right, I've left this about, I don't know, only 10 minutes or so. And we're already back to nearly 10 volts. I've been out for the afternoon. It's now 4:30, so this battery's been left alone, uncharged, done nothing to it other than leaving it entirely alone, and it's recovered itself back to 10.17. So that's just demonstrating the way the battery can actually recover on its own without even being put on the charger. So now we'll plug it into the charger and see what happens. The information on the charger, if we just turn around a bit, says something about the LED and a beeper to indicate the charging condition. There's no information about the beeper. It doesn't say when the beeper starts, when the battery's flat or when the battery's full, so no idea. But we'll just have a look, see what it's measuring now that it's plugged in. So that would appear to be putting some charge into it. So we'll leave it and see what happens. So say about 4:30 in the evening. I'll just leave it and see if we hear any beeping at any time, or see if we actually get any decent charge into it. I've got to say I'm not very impressed at the moment.